Broadcasting Group here at CBGtv.com. Opinions of their group or other organizations they may be involved with. All medical advice during our broadcast is not a medical opinion and should be checked with your medical physician.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the CannExpo in Toronto, Ontario. We're thrilled to have you join us for this awesome event. And now, get ready to meet the team bringing you all the latest updates and insights live from the CannExpo floor. Please give a warm welcome to the CBGtv crew. Sit back, relax, and let CBGtv take you on an exclusive journey through the world of cannabis right here at the CannExpo.
We're part of the creating new occasions. And I love such responsibility like that term. But, I think just normalizing the basic occasions right now are where we need to start. Like at the beach, people are literally hiding cans or putting them in things. I think we need to start there before we get to a point of creating new occasions.
You also think like your own consumption. Like I try and think a lot about how I drink cannabis, and I think about it. This is me, right? Because I also still drink alcohol, drink a lot of beer, and I think about this is a heavy-handed analogy, so forgive me.
It's good. I need them to be heavy-handed to get
Here's
through my
a super heavy-handed analogy. I kind of like thinking about cannabis drinks like the DH in baseball.
Just bring them into.
Just come in and mix it up. It's in the rotation. It's in my rotation. I have a couple beers. I have a cannabis drink. It's part of the cycle that I have. And it's in my fridge. It's not the only thing in my fridge, but it's in my fridge. And if my last drink of the night is a cannabis drink, that's the best decision for me. And I'm thinking about it in the rotation, not being naive to say, throw out all your alcohol, throw out all your forms of consumption, switch to cannabis. If you can do that and that works for you, God bless you. But for most people, it's about finding the balance between their consumption patterns. And a cannabis drink is easy to integrate into your rotation. Low dose drinks like teapot, they're only 5 milligrams, make that a lot easier. But yeah, that's how I think about it. And that's how I think about the role of a cannabis drink in like day-to-day civilian life. It's in my beer fridge, not exclusively in a separate area.
and I love that you talk about it that way. So one of the things that's evolved in my thinking about cannabis beverage, and I work for a brand which really positions itself as an alcohol.
What brand is that, Jay?
I may do a little bit of work for Can, and they are very much we're the fuck hangovers brand. We're the anti-alcohol brand. We position ourselves as the alternative. But what my thinking has grown over time is more what you're talking about, Paul, and that is it doesn't have to be one or the other. It's a rotation of different drinks for different occasions. And then in the same way, I used to make the analogy all the time, like we wouldn't walk into an LCBO and there's a giant sign that says alcohol. We understand there's spirits versus wine versus beer versus coolers versus what else. And we've understood through education and industry work that certain beverages are for certain times. I drink beer when I watch a game. I drink wine when I have some food and so forth. And I've always trying to figure out where does cannabis fit in as opposed to that. Now I'm starting to think more about how does cannabis fit in as part of that. And so I still can have a beer for a certain occasion, but there are times when I want to have a cannabis beverage. And once I've started to think about it that way, my thinking about cannabis drinks started to grow as well. So last weekend, caffeine is actually my biggest weakness. I had a coffee and I happened to be a drink that one of you represent in the middle of the afternoon.
Which drink did you drink?
I may have had a sheesh.
All right.
I wasn't going to say it, but yes. And I cleaned the hell out of my garage. It was the most productive afternoon I've had in forever because I was just in this space where, that cannabis drink was the enhancement. And if that had been a beer instead, I would have gone around to doing a few things and maybe moved a few tokens around and stuff. But that cannabis drink gave me a sense of focus and enhanced by the caffeine, a little bit of that energy piece that made it something I wouldn't have done before. Anyway, I'm rambling, but it's a long way of saying, us versus alcohol, it's us and alcohol. And I wonder if that's a more productive way of looking at things.
It is from a sales perspective, but Health Canada won't like it. But it makes a lot of sense. In fact, a brand that stands out to me that almost did this, the DH, Mike's Hard Lemonade, was created to be that different drink in the middle of sessioning beer. That was the whole premise of it. You don't want to have like 5 beers, so you might have like 2, then you break it with the mics, right? So brands have successfully been a DH already in the same class. It would be do that with cannabis. Awesome.
In terms of no, and I think that's that piece, and I think that's and those types of approaches make me hopeful, because that's not waiting on government regulation, and that's not waiting on dosage changes now. And some of the stuff we know we want that will further enhance the category. To me, that comes back to where we started from. That's an education piece now. That is a conversation we can start today with consumers and through retailers to start getting that type of understanding about the category going. And that's where I'm hopeful that while we're waiting for some of this big stuff to happen, that we can start doing these little things that I think will open up the category in different ways for us.
Yo, can I just pause for 1 second?
I did not know you were there. You just scared the hell out of me.
Look at all of this beautiful interest and engagement. I want to give these guys a round of applause right now for having this beautiful, super intriguing, important conversation. Thank you. Respect. I am high on your stuff right now. Bravo. And I know you could go. I want to hear you go. I think you should have a podcast. I'll produce it. We'll do splits. We'll talk about it later. But I know we have a question in the audience.
I'm so sorry. I was just in the zone.
Could we please open it? Because I'm just pointing out, like, my man is leaning forward. You know what I'm saying? He's not sleeping on the plane. He's like engaged. But I know for sure that we have one question over here. Is that okay?
100%. I was just so zoned into these amazing people here. I didn't realize that people had their hands up.
No, we have a well of talent, including you. So please, can we run one out?
Thank you so much for all your hard work trying to promote cannabis beverages. I think it's an important area of the market that can, well, obviously you know this, can attract people who either cannot or prefer not to smoke cannabis, and that is me, frankly. And I guess I share your frustration about the regulations and that they just seem to be killing the industry in ways that are completely unnecessary. And I especially liked what you had to say about the hypocrisy when we talk as a society, when we talk about alcohol compared to cannabis beverages. And I actually was an early adopter, quote unquote, following legalization. And I could not believe, I can't remember the first cannabis beverage I tried. It was one of those tweed ones.
Pound sweetened soda.
Yes, exactly.
Say nice things. Paul's responsible for that drink.
No, I really enjoyed it, but it was so frustrating that I don't think you could buy 6 at a time because the people at OCS don't understand. 5 minutes. Sorry. I know I need to get to a question.
Just preach it.
Yeah.
Do you just want to come sit on stage at this point?
You're among a bunch of people who are never going to get to the point. So you're great. You're good.
So here's my question. You're all talking about what you can do now, given the current regulatory situation. What do you think is it going to take to change and make it a fairer market for cannabis as an industry?
You all go for it. You're the experts.
Like I said, it's going to take a coalition. I've witnessed and been part of what wine has done in Ontario, right? I know the government movement they've got by focusing on jobs, focusing on economy, focusing on impact of farmers. I don't know if you've been in Niagara-on-the-Lake, but those wine farmers have pretty nice homes, right? So what is the difference between a cannabis grower, right, cultivation, and that? So it's going to take a coalition with clear messaging, clear priorities to step up. And yeah, that's what it's going to take.
Absolutely. Any other perspective?
Well, I mean, I think for sure it's going to take that, and this might sound a little too generic. It takes perseverance, right? We just have to not give up. We just have to keep doing what we're doing and believe what we believe, and work together. And, you know, one could look at us as competitors, but we all know that people drink different things at different times. So let's put that aside. Let's work together. It builds on the coalition idea that Jackie's talking about, but it really is just that perseverance, spreading it one word, one person at a time. They tell two friends and they tell two friends. And if we can all do that, and that's where I like to, when I'm working and talking, whether it's budtenders, retailers, consumers, I like the term civilian, by the way, if it's okay, I might take that on that. But no matter who you're talking about, build the little brand ambassadors, build the category ambassadors, let's call them. These are the people that understand and can help spread the word of how amazing beverages are, how much better for you they are, you know, and I have a son that we've spent way too much time in the mental health system in CAMH, and they talk about harm reduction. And if anything, cannabis beverages are the harm reduction step to alcohol, right? So let's at least start there and spread that word together.
Yeah, same. I mean, it's all the same stuff. I do think, like, credit where credit's due. They fixed the gram equivalency. Like they actually listened and changed the law for us. Like, they did their part, right? They did their part. You can buy 2 cases, 50 cans of cannabis drinks now. So bring 50 cans to the party. It would have been nice to have that from day one.
I think it was, to answer that, I think it was 894 million is what it last year.
That's fair.
Yeah. No, and the point being, though, now is we do have those opportunities. And I think it's a combination of what you all are talking about. There is that push piece around the regulation side, around creating the business case for it, around showing the economic impact part of it. And there is a pull piece, which is making sure that there is enough consumer demand, consumer awareness, and demonstration that if the regulations do open up, that there's an audience there for it. Because at the end of the day, it is what we're talking about. It's a taxation conversation more than anything else. It's an economic conversation more than anything else. If we can demonstrate as an industry that both those elements are there, that we can advocate for ourselves, as there's efficacious, safe usage, safe consumption, but also a consumer demand that's unpent up right now. And quite frankly, the best thing we can do, I think, for our industry is put a dent in our sector, is put a dent into some of the other sectors. Because if we can show that our category is going to continue to grow and start to take a bite out of some of the other categories that are in the cannabis space, it'll only create more and more support for the category. I've seen it happen in other markets. I'm convinced it's going to happen for us here in Canada as well. I know we're at time. I really want to thank everyone who's been sitting in. But one last question before we go, because I just want to make sure we take advantage of your time here. What's in the pipeline? What should we all be? We're heading into beverage season. Spring is coming, summer's coming, despite what we saw this weekend. What do you want to let the folks know that you're excited about that's coming out for your various brands this summer that we should know about?
Well, for me, I'm so excited about relaunching in cans. Come see us over at the booth, have a sample. We were in glass bottles for a very key reason at the time. We've made that move to the cans, which I think is really going to support some of the stuff we actually talked about. Enjoying it in the parks, enjoying it as you're, going to the cottage or on the dock or what have you. But we're really excited about coming out in cans. It's given it a much brighter, crisper, fresher taste for our product. So I just can't wait to get that into everyone's hands.
Paul, what do you want people hyped up about?
Well, I got our Blackberry Rooibos, which is launching in like 2 weeks. That's an evening iced tea. I'm really pumped for that. We're sampling it over there, so you can come and taste it for yourself. And we're launching our first CBD iced tea. We have a teapot CBD iced tea. It's 20 milligrams of hemp-derived CBD, no THC. Unlike how Karen approaches the CBD space, it's kind of a wellness play. We approach CBD as almost like a non-alc version of teapot. So it's the same, it's 100 calories, same flavor profile, just no THC. So a little bit more of a non-alc play for teapot. And I'm really pumped for the solar eclipse on April 8th. So for those of you guys who want to grab a pair of solar eclipse glasses, we have them in most dispensaries now. So check out Solar eclipse classes, April 8th. Man, it's going to blow my mind. I'm so pumped.
Love it. And then Jackie, last word's yours.
Yeah, we just we launched out in BC and Alberta our Tangerine Dream live resin.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's pretty yummy. I have some samples, and Matt, my business partner, is out in the consumption lounge handing out cans. So if anyone wants to give it a shot, it's going to launch on April 2nd. It'll be in Ontario.
All right. Thank you again, everyone, for listening in. Thank you for the questions. I know my panel's will be hanging around. If you want some follow-ups, Paul, Karen, Jackie, thank you very much. Have a great weekend, everyone.
I'll also let
Am I muted? Am I muted, Al?
No, but I was.
Oh, okay. All right. I wondered. I heard it go quiet there. I was waiting for the sign. It didn't come.
Oh, I was talking.
We know what it's like. We know that mute button. It gets us all. So yeah, I've been, as you can see, I've been touring around. I see I got my camera facing the right way, but the words are backwards. So I'll deal with that.
Again.
Yeah, again. Oh yeah, yeah. I know that Timmy's gonna join you here shortly, and at that time I will fix this. You know, get the words right, anyways. You can't tell whether you're looking at the people backwards. But there's going down the aisles. More people here. As you can see, people hanging out on the couches there today. Lots of people in the corner.
Awesome.
Yeah, this is at the Drip. Yeah. There we go. Down to the next aisle here.
Are you going to go to the Living Soil thing?
It depends if I've got enough battery.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we've got the Can Influencer.
Correct. Exactly. And yeah. See, it's hard to be in two places at once, right?
Yep.
So, cover what we can cover. So in this booth here, see these guys here? People got to guess what these strains all are on here. And they have their little cards that have some information. And then on this side, it's information where people put it on the board there.
Go give it a try, Al.
Maybe.
You can guess.
Yeah, I've got to deal with a few things. Like get this camera so people can understand the words.
Yeah, good idea.
So, all right, I don't know what time it is.
It is 1:52.
All righty. And then you're going to get together with Timmy, and he may have a guest joining you at 2 to 2:30.
Yeah.
And then we'll take a break, and we'll come back at 3 with the can words.
Probably.
Can Fluencer awards.
Yep. Awesome.
All right. So there we go. A black screen. That's that. When you were a kid, the screen on the TV. Zigzag here through turning point.
That's a big stage. I didn't realize it was so high. I can't hear you now, Al.
Oh, it is a big stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, hang on a sec.
It's also on an angle.
Yeah.
Did you get it switched?
I think so. Let me check. How do my words look?
You're good.
I'm good. All right. Hey, we got her solved.
Uh-oh. And then we leave.
Cannabis Broadcasting Group here at CBGtv.com.
Welcome
I'm back.
Al.
I switched the camera around and I got that fixed, and then I hit the done button thinking it was done. I had to hit that, and it closed it off. Alrighty, hey, full on bloopers, no editing involved. Okay, how's the words looking now?
I can't see the words. I see you.
Yeah, correct. That's what I just noticed. Sound. There we go.
There we go.
There we go. And how's it work?
Yay!
Hey, it works. How you doing? There, we got a few minutes. You want us? We're live. All right. You can see if you want to look. You see? Yeah, you can see there, right? All right. So we're live on CBG TV here at the CannExpo. Tell us a bit about your company. Geez, you're tall.
Oh, I'm way too tall.
Tell us about the company.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, so we're Smoke Arsenal. We're the largest distributor of cannabis accessories in Canada. So we offer a wide range of products. We're just showcasing some of our exclusive brands and top-selling products. Oh, sorry. And we also offer extensive white labeling services for licensed producers to make custom papers, cones, batteries, anything you guys want. And this is our leading brand called Nova. So basically you put your cart right inside there, and then you put it in, and then you're good to go. And it also has a little LED screen there.
So that's all battery?
Yeah, for 510s and concentrates as well. Yeah.
So where can people find you online? Socials, website, so on and so forth?
So you can find us on social media at smokearsenal_ca, as well as you can check out our B2B website at smokearsenal.ca. We're located right beside the Toronto Pearson Airport on 290 Collingview. If you're a cannabis store licensed producer, please stop by for a tour anytime. We'd be happy to have you.
Awesome.
It's awesome. Thank you very much. Is that your first one or something? Yeah. Thank you. You're welcome. All right, here we go. I gotta wait for the people to get through. It's a little busy down this side.
People. Woo-hoo.
Yeah, crowded in here, man. Excuse me.
It's not crowded in here.
No, yeah, you got lots of room there. It's a bit of a bumper car going on in here, eh? Here we are at the Cannabis Education booth, research. And we're talking to the fellows from Abide earlier. Hey, how you doing? Okay. Here we go, spinning around. Oh, look at that, Al. There's another booth with candies.
Oh,
The candies lure people to the booths.
oh yeah.
The
Candies and
candies.
stuff.
I'm live. Did you want to say a few words about your company? You're kind of, no problem. So you just answer, just shake your head. All right, how's that? Six Nations Cannabis Commission. So this isn't just it's a business. You are an organization. I'm getting head nods.
The cannabis industry on our reserve. We're located near Hamilton and Brantford. We currently have about 60 shops on our reserve, and only 7 are licensed through our commission. So our goal actually is to get all the shops under our umbrella.
I seen something in the paper, well, not in the paper a lot, but online about the provincial government maybe trying to create to get you into like an act together or something. There was something in the news about it, and I thought, I don't think so. And it actually included taxation of fuel, tobacco, and everything on First Nation locations, which just sound right to me. No. You are sovereign, exactly. Yeah.
And yeah, that's pretty much sums it up.
Exactly. All right. I see you're getting a drink. Anything you want to add to this?
Always putting people on the spot, Al.
I used to do this years ago with Freaking Yourself Magazine. My boss wouldn't allow me to keep working behind the table. Oh, yeah, it's done all the time. Yeah. Talking old times. Bud toss. This is where I didn't do very good last time. Okay. What time is it?
It's almost Timmy time.
Almost Timmy time. Timmy time. That guy was tall. Oh, there's Lisa. Let's see if I can say hi to Lisa.
Lisa.
See, leaf this. Hey. Sorry, getting hugs, guys. Oh.
I know.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you. Good to be here. Good to see you. Yes. Yeah, you know that's where I'll be. How you doing? Oh, if I could, I'd love to tell you about this market that's coming up.
Okay, go ahead.
Our,
You got this.
oh.
I got your hand.
We've got the Valhalla Village, Vendors Village Market coming
Closer,
up
Al.
June 14th to the 16th. And it's like a camping overnight, kind of like ICC, but it's a smaller scale.
Right. Yeah. You. All right. That's where we find you. Super. Oh, okay. All right. Hey, how you doing? Yeah. We'll have to get him on for an actual interview broadcast on one of the shows so we can lose more. Okay? Yeah, just have him get a hold of me. All right. Thanks, Lisa. All right. Bye. Okay. Heading over here. Nuance again. Busy. They got the brand Irene. We had a good conversation with
Timmy.
Timmy. There he is.
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah. Hey, how you doing?
Maybe when Al is done, you can use his microphone.
Well, I have a lapel mic. I'm not sure if you can hear me on it, though.
Not really.
No, eh?
You sound squeaky.
I don't think it's on. I think you have to switch it on in the settings. Yeah, I know.
Check that out. Hold on, I'll be right back.
No problem. We'll be right here.
We're right here. We can see you. So can
Yeah.
everybody else.
There you go.
See, Timmy's getting ready. Him and Al are gonna have a chat.
You should have angled
Simple.
you should angle the curtain there at the end here so that they're in our booth.
Well, I tried that, but there's only so much angle allowed on it because it will break the where the tab where it goes through. So I didn't want to do that.
No.
Now here we go. We're at Amanda's booth here. This is the library, Cannabis Library. Look at the books. I seen this as a movie, Waiting to Inhale.
I think I saw that.
Yeah, and then here we go down here.
Yep. Mine was stolen from the lounge.
There we go, another one.
Yeah, Harry Potter.
Yeah, exactly. And then
those are Dana's, right?
Yeah, those are Dana's.
Yeah.
It's just a plant.
Yeah, or no, that one.
Look at that. Oh, look down here. Bud Break. Hey. Hey. Then over here. These are books that I had to talk with her yesterday.
I want to get the psilocybin one.
Yeah. Okay.
How about now?
About the same, buddy.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah, not much better. Yeah.
Not much better.
Much better, yes?
No.
No.
Not much better.
No.
I don't know what to do then.
Okay, what kind of phone you got there?
I got my iPhone.
You got an iPhone? Okay, well, just give me a minute here. I'll sign off. Let Al run a commercial. And I'll give you my mic.
Okie dokie. We'll be right back.
All right.
Cannabis Broadcasting Group here at CBGtv.com. Cannabis infotainment that includes patient stories, discussions, the news and more. Live event coverage promotes your event and those who support you. Tune in and subscribe today. Time now for a CBGtv Did You Know? CBGtv Fun Fact. George Washington grew cannabis. That's right. The first president of the United States of America grew hemp. His farms at Mount Vernon were used to grow hemp in order to make paper, rope, sail canvas, clothing, and fishing nets.
What's up, Al?
We're back with Timmy.
Hold on. Oh, yeah? Okay. You're welcome. Hey, I haven't talked to you really since yesterday in the terpene seminar. So how's it been going at your end?
I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I enjoy watching you learn. Seriously.
Well, I think MJ starts to get teary-eyed sometimes when she hears me respond to somebody with some sort of knowledge level, and she starts to get all teary-eyed. So I appreciate that.
My baby.
She's like, he learned that. But I'm going to tell you what. I'll say it again. I'll tell you, I have learned more from doing the podcast and having conversations with MJ and just real people than I have in any sort of little teaching video or whatever that we've come across. It really does come with just talking to people.
I went and signed up for, I can't remember what it's called. It's where you can go to a school or community center and sign up for college courses and stuff like that. Do it all online. Something North, Education North or something like that. But anyways, and I signed in and I looked at all the videos and they weren't done very well. Sorry. I couldn't follow them.
Yeah.
And I didn't learn a thing. But then I can sit down and talk to somebody on a one-to-one who has a little bit of knowledge and absorb that.
Yep. Well, I think that's one of the things that I think is going to break down the stigma the most is having those one-on-one conversations. It's not going to be, look, if I can give you an example from, like, say, the religious world, the one that I came from.
Huh?
Everybody, we all knew that, yes, you could bring people to a big, Christian conference per se, where they got all these speakers. But the reality is that they knew real life change was going to happen if you had one-on-one conversations and people got to see what you were talking about actually in your life. And the whole reason, well, not the whole reason, one of the reasons why MJ and I are even together is because I saw cannabis functionally working in her life. It wasn't because
a conversation.
Yeah, it wasn't because I read a pamphlet. I didn't read a pamphlet and go, oh, okay, now I'm on the side of cannabis. I'm an advocate because I saw and heard her personal story and saw it unfold day after day for a while. So, yeah.
I get that because I've watched it a little bit longer than you. Her progression.
I'm only 22, Al, so I don't know how long you've been around for.
I've known her longer, dummy.
Oh, okay. That's true. Speak of the pink-haired devil. There she is,
Uh-oh.
right here. Here she is.
Hola.
The newbie. The newbie is now visited by the doobie.
The Doobie and the Noobie.
Was up? I got a doobie. Well, I was in the consumption lounge. This
But
is
you can't
loud.
smoke there.
This is loudmouth, which I'm
Oh.
super excited to take home and try because I got it from the OMG guy, the Ontario Micro Growers. He says that he has been consuming this specific strain for the last 6 years. The phenotype has not changed. The genetics have not veered from the original genetics, which to me is insane. He says he loves it so much that when he runs out, he panics, in which I then thanked him for this because I totally understand what that would be like if he's giving away the thing that he needs and loves and panics if he doesn't have it. So,
Awesome.
I know.
do you see them?
I see them.
Okay.
She'll be back again.
Yep. Hi, ladies. Is
Nice seeing you.
So the beautiful thing about being down at a place like this, really, and MJ, okay, let me tell you this. Whenever we go to events like this, MJ used to feel guilty, and I think she feels less guilty when she says, I just want to go down and see my friends. Now, yes, we're down here on a professional basis. Yes, we're down here, covering the event, exploring the event. But the reality is that as a community first, showing up here and actually meeting and hanging out and networking and chatting and MJ going out on smoke breaks with friends.
I want to correct.
That really is what drives this entire business. So hanging out with your friends is not a bad reason to show up.
No, but I want to correct you. You're the one that's working.
No, I disagree. MJ is working.
I know. She's a good networker.
Hey, you want to meet some? You want to come?
Sure. Let's talk.
Here. Yeah, put that in your ear. Yeah.
It was in MJ's ear. Don't you love that?
So this is Al, by the way.
Oh, hey, Al.
So there's a phrase that everybody here knows, and it's simply "Hi, ladies."
Uh-huh.
And we have with us now one half of the Hi Ladies. They're up for you're with us for Best Podcast.
That's it.
Awesome.
We are.
And if we were to vote right now between us, who do you think wins?
You know what? I bet it'll be a tie.
It's a tie. You heard it first. If it's anything but a tie, it was fixed. Right?
You're so good.
I know. So, Liz, I want to introduce our audience. If those of you who don't know, we're live on CBGtv.
Oh, nice. Oh, I was wondering where we were live.
Yeah.
So what are we doing?
So, introduce yourself and talk to us about what the Hi Ladies podcast is. We were lucky enough to have them on our podcast before the explosion happened, and they're making such an amazing impact in the community, and we count them as friends. So, introduce kind of who the Hi Ladies are and what you guys are doing.
Okay, so the Hi Ladies podcast is a female-led conversation around all things cannabis. Our aim is sort of to destigmatize cannabis, really for parents and for moms specifically, but all of cannabis for everybody. Our platform has kind of changed in the last couple of years from just a podcast that Annie and I were venting about being parents and, being cannabis consumers to sort of a political powerhouse where we are working to have laws changed here in Ontario, across Canada, trying to share information internationally with all of our listeners so that they get an appreciation for areas that are still illegal. And don't forget that even though we're legal here, we're not everywhere. We're not welcome everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
What was was there a main impetus to change from moms talking about being moms and smoking cannabis to the political move, or did it slowly just kind of maneuver that way?
I think it was when we realized that we had a platform and a following, and we said to ourselves, like, okay, now we have this. There's a couple thousand people who are watching what we're doing. If we have a voice and we have this platform, how are we going to use it
to make positive change. And we said, well, we could yell and scream from the highest of mountains about what we wanted to see done, but our time and our effort is probably better spent in the offices of the elected officials, where we can convince them, and which we have done. Like when we get one-on-one conversations, we get incredible feedback. And there's the other half. But yeah, and that's what we've been doing. We've been spending time in elected officials' offices and working with them to find out what they need from our community to push forward on some of the issues we're talking about.
Do you feel that, okay, so sometimes when a brand gets a following, because we've adapted our podcast in 3 different forms. Okay. Did you find that moving from the moms talking about cannabis, that you lost people? And I think every time you lose people, you gain people. But did you feel that there was a people who kind of went, I don't want to hear that anymore. I don't want to hear where this new transition is going. I want to hear them talk about moms.
Not really. A lot of, because we still do talk a lot about our children and about the things that we encounter in our lives. But now it seems that we've gotten more moms to be like, hey, those moms are doing it. I can do this too. And asking us, who do we write to? How do I make an appointment with my local member of parliament? Right? Like, it's so easy. Just do it.
Right. So by example, you're empowering moms who at first were just kind of going, oh, cool. I'm not alone. And now they're seeing the high ladies go out there and go, well, not only am I not alone, but I now have a voice and there's something that I can do to further what's going on.
100%. That's exactly what it was. Like,
I'm no dummy, Al. I know what's happening.
You're like a sponge, Timmy.
I am. Actually, because of my yoga shoulders, I've gotten a little bit more firm. I don't know. Yeah. See? Yeah. Ooh. Right? See? We've been doing yoga every morning here at the expo.
Oh, both mornings.
Yeah. So
2 days of yoga-ing?
Well, and tomorrow. So
and tomorrow. Yeah. I see.
So Winnie from the Disciplined Stoners.
Incredible woman. We just saw her around the corner. We were just chatting with her.
Yep. Did you see those matching tracksuits they've got?
I haven't seen 11 yet.
Oh, yeah. He's always kind of hiding off in the background.
That's okay. I'm sure he'll pop up out of nowhere.
But she runs yoga in the mornings here over at the Camp Canna with Blunts and Beans, who you're also familiar with.
Of course. Alexis was on the podcast just 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Just Alexis? What about Jolene?
Jolene couldn't make it, so it was just Alexis.
That crazy Jolene.
Crazy kids.
What brought you down here to CannExpo to kind of finish off this part here?
Well, we wanted to come see all of our friends and hang out with all of our people, This is our community.
Are you hanging around for the Can Influencer Awards at 3:00?
Oh, yes. That's the other reason we came. We are up for that award. Now, we took it home. We took it home last year. So it would be lovely, like as lovely as it would be to win that a second time, it would be even more lovely to see somebody else take it, because what it has really projected us a little bit, given us a little muscle, a little clout to say that we're award winners.
So Al, just that's what people say when they expect to win, because they're like we're not expecting it, but if we do, we would like someone else to win. So if we win, if the Noobie and the Doobie win, we are going to present the award to the high ladies as a sign of virtue signaling that we're all in this together.
All of us together. All of us.
We don't care about no stinking award, Al.
I just want to remind you guys that we've won some awards too. So
see, it does matter.
It does matter.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sitting down with us. Enjoy the expo, and we will see you. I think, did they invite us all up on stage?
They did last year.
Yes, they did.
How awkward is that for people to be standing up there getting basically announced as the losers?
Yes.
I'm looking forward to this.
I'm so excited. You have.
And you get to do it while streaming.
Right? Yeah. We're going to be streaming it.
Be streaming? Or you'll be streaming? Okay. Cool.
Yeah. All right. So you'll get to see the mayhem. We'll stand side by side with the high ladies, and we'll see what happens.
And that starts at 3:00.
Starts at 3:00.
3:00.
All right. Go enjoy the expo.
Nice meeting
Thank
you.
you, Amanda. Bye, ladies. You were busy. See, the hi ladies. It was only when only one gets to sit down. It happens too. MJ's going, but I want to be on there too. But it's just me. Hey, I got someone else. We'll be up there. Hey, I got someone else coming in, Al. You cool?
Hey, we're here all day, buddy.
You want to put this in? So we're live on CBGtv, and this is Al down here in the corner.
Hi, how are you? Or how high are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm just fine, thank you. I'm allowed to smoke here.
Oh, yeah, you're better than I am. I've been like running back and forth for the past
Outside. Is the
2
weather
days.
better?
No.
No.
And I'm running back and forth outside in a t-shirt. I'm doing a quick pack a bowl, run outside, smoke, run back to my booth.
Well, you got to do.
So Al, so Britt is one of our longest time that we've met in this community when we've been at events. It's been a few years since we met you, right?
It has. It's been a couple of years now.
So tell us a little bit about what you do, why you're here at the expo. Fill us in about who is Britt and what does Britt stand for here at the CannExpo.
So I love my cannabis. I love my pretty glass. I've always been into really artist glass, artist pieces. So I was a bud tender for a couple of years. I used a wholesaler for my accessories, Smoke Arsenal. My account manager ended up getting me a job with them, and I now account manage for stores all across Canada for cannabis accessories.
Cool.
Yeah, it's my 13-year-old me's dream.
Really, at 13, you were going, I can't wait to work in the cannabis industry?
I can't wait to walk down the aisles of just bongs and pretty glass, and it's a pretty cool job. I like it.
So it's Smoke Arsenal, correct? Now we
were at the booth there with Al just a little while ago.
We saw a video of their warehouse, which it looked like a Costco for cannabis.
It's that's basically exactly how to describe it. You can walk in there, basically walk in with a joint in your hand, really a 510 battery in your hand, grab your cart, walk up and down your aisles and grab, your big boxes of raw, your bongs, whatever you could need for a cannabis store, dispensary.
All you need to add is the weed now.
Can I just say how much I love my new vape battery? This thing goes from, 1.8 volts all the way up to 4.2. So it's variable for whatever concentrate you might be using, different terps, it's so good. And that right there is the live resin. So good. Best jigglers.
So my personal story that I want to chat with Britt about here is big for me because as you know, Al, and some of the people who might be watching know, I came from the religious sector. And so when I went into live stand-up comedy full time, I was which I'm celebrating my 15th year, by the way. I realized that by entering into the cannabis world, there was a chance that I was going to lose fans and supporters who, because of the stigma, would pull back. And that happened. And I lost supporters and I lost fans because of my just connection with wanting to have the cannabis conversation. Britt, though, however, is the very first person that I'm aware of that actually crossed the line and came over from knowing me in the cannabis space from the Noobie and Doobie podcast and showed up at one of my comedy shows at a church. Was it in Toronto?
In Guelph.
It was in Guelph. And so that was the very first time that I realized, okay, although I've lost some people because of my connection with cannabis, I've gained some. And Britt was the first one to cross over and actually come and watch me perform in a church setting. What were your thoughts of coming to watch me? You only knew me as a podcaster and coming to see me as a live comedian, walking into the church building. What were your thoughts in the whole process?
And you know what's funny is I grew up a very an unreligious family. We didn't attend church. I maybe went once on a Christmas visiting family, but that wasn't a setting I grew up in. But I'm very much so aware that that's a big part of people's lives. And I'll be honest, when you told me of the event and just it being in Guelph, I don't care where it is. I'm coming to support you. It doesn't matter the setting. I love you. I love how we've met. The relationship's been so much fun. And it's just, I would support you guys through anything. And I'll be the first one at the front of the line. Jumping for the best thing.
That is, it's so awesome to me because we really thought when we built the podcast, the goal was to draw in an audience that I had that was filled with the stigma, that was filled with kind of their unsurety, and that my voice could kind of help bridge that gap. And so it's just so nice to have somebody here who is bridging the gap the other way. And I think, quite frankly, because I've told other people about you coming to that show, not just because it's cool that Britt came to the show, but to be able to tell people who were in my Christian fan base, for them to see somebody say it's just like it's tearing down walls. It's like here was a cannabis consumer crossing into this realm, and it seems weird that there's even a realm crossing, but there are people out there that see this line and they're like, wait, so there was people who consume cannabis and they came to a show in a church, and there's people from church that listens to a cannabis podcast. And I just think you're for me, you're just always going to be this marker of that. What we're doing to bridge the gap is actually working on both sides now.
Yeah, it is. It's really, it's something that's eye-opening to me too, because obviously, I've seen how this industry has grown and the bridges that are being crossed within it. And that's something that I'd never really faced. Like I said, growing up in someone that's family that I don't really know anybody with super religious aspects to them, never been around it. And for have the two collide as really anything in cannabis does, it seems like, to have them be able to meld together in a way that's not pushy, in a way that's just like, wow, that's really genuine and really cool, it's great to be a part of.
Tell us one final thing here before are you coming over to watch the Can Influencer Awards, by the way?
I'm hoping I can make it over, depending on.
You tell your boss that Timmy said you're allowed to come.
I get the paperwork signed off and
done. So before we let you go here, tell everybody just give a plug to Smoke Arsenal. We appreciate what you do. One final plug on how people can connect with you.
So anybody that works in a store, owns a store, has a favorite store, go tell them to shop at Smoke Arsenal. We do wholesale cannabis accessories across Canada. We ship Canada-wide. If you're in Ontario and you're nearby the Pearson Airport, we have our massive 30,000 square foot warehouse. You can come grab a cart and shop like you're in Costco.
300,000, just a little.
Yeah, maybe it's 3,000,100 square feet of just cannabis accessories. Ask for Brittany, just grab a cart, shop around, come and see me.
Awesome. I'd love to walk around a place like the Walmart of cannabis stuff.
It's a stoner's dream. It is.
Do you have a restaurant in there?
Well, we could. A microwave.
Put a chip truck out front or something.
We recently got
a schnitzel on wheels.
We recently got a vending machine.
There's one up near Port Hope.
I will say we probably get food delivered to us for the whole office at least once a week. at least.
Cool.
It is look, if you've got 300 million billion feet, you can accomplish a lot in that. Britt build the building with his
a lot of deodorant and foot stuff.
I go through a tube of deodorant a day.
There you go.
Yeah. Thank you for having me, guys.
You're very
Britt,
welcome.
thanks so much for joining us. Yeah, thanks. That's one of our favorites here at in the cannabis community.
What's happening at our booth there beside you there, Timmy?
What's happening at your booth beside us? Nothing. There's nobody there.
No.
Oh, MJ is telling me we need to get ready to go for the awards. So I'm gonna. Is my suit done? Okay.
You're wearing a suit to the awards?
Yeah, so I'm gonna get ready to sign off here, and because we're gonna go down and get ourselves ready because we have another. We're known around this industry for having costume changes. We have a very special costume change so that we go up for this award ceremony. Win or lose, wink, wink. We want to look good.
You're gonna bring your phone with you?
Somebody will be filming it.
Okay, good. Make sure you're charged up. We'll see you in about 3 o'clock. We're
3
going to
o'clock.
take a little break. Thank you for joining us, Timmy.
All right. See ya.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Timmy.
And I'm Mary Jane. He's the newbie.
She's the Doobie, and this is the show
where we
tote
cannabis.
Talk.
From both sides.
Is that even possible?
Broadcasting group here at CBGtv.